Welcome to Strong by Nature. I'll just read off my script here. Today's a special one because I've got my favourite human with me, Wank. Belén's not just my life partner. She's also the creative brain, strategist and visionary behind half of what we do. That's really just my ego talking. It's much closer to 100% of what we do. All right, welcome. Welcome to the campfire.
Thank you. Where's the fire?
In my loins. All right, so we'll start with talking business life.
Our favorite topic.
Yep, business. Well, not just business, but building life. Let's start with that. So my first question I've got here for you is, when you think back to when we first met, did you ever imagine this is what our life was going to be like?
Never. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people think the same. I never ever thought that we were going to build 3 businesses. Well, 2. Well, yeah, nah, 3. Yeah, nah. Businesses together. 3 businesses together and still do it. Like we're still doing it, you know? And I know that we're going to keep creating new businesses because we just like it.
That's who we are now, right?
Yeah, but it's fun. I that's the thing. I have fun with it. I love it. I just wake up one day and I'm like, oh, I just want to do this, and yeah, make it work. Sometimes I don't make it work. Sometimes we both make it work as well.
And how do you feel about our little joined workspace that we have, sitting right next to each other in a desk, doing every single thing together today?
Because I love it. I told you this the other day. Like we were actually talking about this last week, on the weekend. I actually enjoy it. It's weird when you're not, unless we need to focus and we need space, but it's fun. Like it's just, I like sharing my ideas and stuff with you while we are working, and so do you do it as well. It could be better though, in the sense of decoration, but.
The one thing that's always going to be an issue for you, and is something I never even pay too much attention to, is the decor.
Yeah, it kills me that he doesn't care about it, but it's important. You need it for...
It is true. It is a nicer workspace. Like the little spot you had set up in New Zealand was incredible, but it was only really for one. But just the vibe and the energy, and it was just a little nook tucked into a hallway. I'll see if I can find a photo. Maybe you've got one that we can just pop up.
But actually, when we rented that house, when I went to see it, because you didn't see it the first time, eh?
No, you went with my mum.
And I thought, okay, that could be my office when my parents arrived, because my office was the guest room, right? And then my parents were there for a long time. So, but it was my favorite thing. I loved it. It was cool. It was really cool.
It was a nice little spot. So, what do you think has been the biggest shift in how we define success? I mean, what was success? What was the idea of success when we first met? Let's rewind all the way back to New Plymouth, that shitty little street, you hobbling along with your moon boot on, me with skinny jeans and a plaid shirt.
And that was in 2014, and it's 2025, so you do the math. Actually, I don't know, because we were just 2 people from opposite side of the world and completely different cultural backgrounds, way of thinking, although we did think kind of the same-ish, so that's why I guess, I really liked you physically when I first saw you. I was like, oh my God, I love this guy with those skinny jeans. But yeah, I think at that time, we didn't really think of success at all. Like that wasn't a word that we were even, I wasn't thinking of it anymore because I already left Ecuador. And I think I should tell you what success was for me before I met you.
Yeah.
So I can answer the final question. So for me, I went to a really good university, and I was like hanging out with the right people, and to climb that society ladder, can I say? And I was getting like real, at least in this country, everything is about your last name and the family. You know, the social classes are quite divided, and I was doing the right things. And for me, success at that time was having a really good job at an advertising agency, which I was already kind of like going towards that way, buying a house, getting married with the right guy from the right family. Although I was kind of different already. I never really thought that. That was what my parents and my family, how do you say?
Projected onto you?
Onto me, and I thought that that's what I wanted because that's what you do. And then I grew Catholic, and it's just a bunch of. We will have to go back to since the day I was born, really. But that's the thing. For at that time, that was what I thought because somebody told me that that was the right thing to do, and that was success. And then I traveled, and then my eyes and brain just exploded because I was like, there's a world here that's not success. This is success. Having enough money to pay all my cheap travels, because I was traveling really cheap and backpacking and stuff. Then we met, and we thought, oh my, it was so fun. Like we were having so much fun. We still are. We are.
Honest to God, yeah.
We definitely are. And I think then, since day one, we kind of became one, you know, like we always thought of, we are this together because you also had to leave New Zealand to come to Ecuador, you know, like everything happened so sudden. So, sudden or suddenly?
Suddenly. Again, like I know English is my first language, but I'm not the smartest man. So somebody in the comments can correct if I've got that wrong, but...
Yeah, and then we kind of started traveling and meeting people, and I feel like as well we were shaped, you and me were shaped as well into like by the world in a sense, you know, because we weren't in our own countries. So your way of thinking about success completely changed as well, right?
Yeah.
And then, what was the question?
What do you think has been the biggest shift in how we define success?
And then I feel like you mean as something that changed
Yeah,
our way
like
of
what
thinking?
I mean, was there a defining moment, do you think, or is it just something that's...
when I started watching Minimalism, the book, the thingy,
documentary,
the
yeah.
documentary,
Yeah.
when I discovered them, and it is true.
Yeah.
When I discovered, we together been after something, you know, we were so into like our business. By that time we had Morena already, working heaps and having fun and that group of friends,
Yeah.
our group of friends really helped us to change weed totally, totally help us change what we thought success was,
Yeah.
into a more simple and relaxed and just happy.
There we go, kids. Drop out of school and do drugs.
No, but like it is true though. Like we were
Yeah.
just analyzing absolutely everything. We're watching heaps of documentaries. So I think what helped us shift was the business that we had, the people that we were meeting, because Morena was like the place for the weird ones,
Yeah.
right? So we were meeting incredible people.
People that were thinking outside the square, right? And I think the whole COVID experience as well really opened our eyes to a different sort of entrepreneur as well, because we'd been doing the entrepreneur, we started that in Perth, we were doing the markets and everything for a few years in Gold Coast, we had the pop-up shop at Pacific Fair, there was we were meeting entrepreneurs all the time. But after COVID, when the whole world changed and everything was opening up again, and people were then, all of these entrepreneurs were giving up their...
Intro what?
entrepreneurs. They were giving up their office spaces and they were coming and setting up at the cafe and working from there because we had this big empty space.
Yeah.
And I think that was as well a moment where we really started connecting with a completely different sort of person.
Yeah, exactly. And we were feeding from them, you know, learning and listening and realizing, wow, there's so much more, like so much more. And definitely our group of
Yeah,
friends,
definitely.
because we also not that they changed us, we changed and grew together. We were all growing. We were adults, all 20s, what, 8
Yeah.
ish. And by that time we were so dumb. And you're 28 and you think oh my God, I'm 28. No. But we were growing together,
Yeah.
and we were learning and smoking together and just like going into these awesome trips,
For context.
literally and mentally, you know?
Yeah. For context, we had this group of friends that were all mostly from South America. We had a couple of mates from Japan and that as well, but there was this big group of more or less expats that were all kind of found each other together in Gold Coast, and we kind of just became this big orphan family, which
Yeah.
was sick. Nobody had family there. We were all just hanging out and all coming from these different walks of life, all had done various different levels of travel. So it was just this really cool sort of melting pot of cultures.
And if you have that group of friends, it's like the best thing that life can give you know? Like people from everywhere in the world. So yeah.
How do we keep each other balanced when one of us starts to spiral into work too much?
Well, for starters, you're like, did you train? Have you trained? Did you train yet? What are you gonna train? What are you gonna do today? That's how we keep it. And then, I mean, you do remind me a lot, and it's good because if not, I will just like I like training, but I do need the motivation. Like I do need you to remind me because it's not like I don't do it. I do it.
Yeah.
And balanced, I don't know.
I mean, to be fair, like that question is kind of a little bit unnecessary because I don't think we really spiral too far into
No.
work or for too long anyway. Like we'll both get in the zone and do our thing and punch some shit out, but it's never like, I don't think either of us have ever been in this unhealthy obsession with it neither.
No. Next.
Next. What's something people don't see about running creative businesses as a couple?
Definitely the conversations that you have about the business. Like you're not our camera. This is not Big Brother, so we don't have the backstage always showing. And I feel like that's part of the creative part. Like we are talking, and sometimes you're like, oh wait, I need to write this down because again we're smoking and we are creating, and we're just having a conversation. It can happen while we're cooking.
Yeah.
You know?
In the shower.
In the shower. Like it's just conversations that we have, and I guess, yeah.
Sweet. Okay, let's switch topic a little bit. We're going to go more into parenting and lifestyle design. So, how do you think our lifestyle, moving countries, minimalism, slow living, has shaped the way that we parent?
I feel like we've been preparing for this moment without even thinking about it because we always thought, oh yeah, we want to have kid. We want to have a kid.
We want to have kid.
We want to have a kid. And we that was literally like future Belén and future Stefan will have to deal with that problem. But I feel like, what was it again?
How do you think our lifestyle has shaped the way we parent? Moving countries, minimalism.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely, we've been preparing. I'm so glad that we had so later in life when we both were 36.
Yes.
Right? Because if not, I don't think we were ready. I don't think changing our lifestyle. I don't think like changing more into the minimalism and then
35.
going.
Sorry.
Huh?
35, sorry.
Yeah. I don't think I would have been able to do it before, like when I was, let's say, 28. Like for me, I wasn't ready mentally.
Yeah.
Like we have so much, we're so patient with Sol. Like we snap at her, yes, of course, because we're human and we just cannot control it sometimes. But is that the way of, right?
Yeah.
But we control ourselves so much. We talk to her so much. Like, and I would have never been able to do that before. And I guess listening to other stories, we've met parents traveling, and I just never understood how can you do it, or how can you. Yeah, parenting is just. It is the hardest thing that you can do because you learn so much about yourself.
Yeah.
And you react the way you really are. You're a mirror, you know?
Yeah.
So.
The scary thing for me is seeing her react the way, I'll say we, but I notice my traits come out of her. Because I'll have moments where, you know, like I go from 0 to 100 when something frustrates me, right? Like
That's not that often.
But when I do, it's never just, oh shit, this isn't working. It's, motherfucker, you know, like I'll get, and it's always over something stupid. And I watch Sol doing that and I'm like, shit, she sees me.
Yeah. Yeah. And both as well, because I love it when she's like, no, espera. No, espera. Wait. What else is she saying? Yeah, it does random things, like, because obviously I'm telling her, like, Sol, espera, wait. Like, just stop it for a second. Like, listen. It's the other one. Listen, mama, listen. So obviously I say that, or you say that, because she really is what we are. That's it. Like, if you're a shitty person, blame your parents and your group of friends. It's true. It is so true. Like,
you pick up so much from your parents.
I'm not 100%, but you know, like, for example, she's so girly. I'm not.
Yeah, because I'm girly.
Because she has to pick it up from somebody. No, but you know, she's like that. She's so like, I want dresses and this. It's not like she's watching heaps of like shitty shows to be like that. She's been like that since she couldn't pick what to wear. You know, it's very interesting.
All right, so what's been the hardest part of raising a kid while building a business? Because we are in semi-rebuild mode with it, right?
Yeah.
Like, you not so much, me more so. But even still,
rebuild.
I mean, you're not rebuild, but like just changing.
Rebuild.
Well, because you've had to, but with your business, you've had to sort of change the structure of how to do things here. And you're also picking up your dad's business with your mum. So that's a new thing you're learning. So yeah, what's been the biggest struggle with that and trying to juggle parenting?
It's time. It's definitely time, because now that we are settled here, and now that we have a routine, which I love. I really like having a routine for a while until I get over, and then after 2.5 years we fuck off to another country. We just decided to do something else. But I do. It's definitely the time, because now she goes to school from 8:30 until 12, and that's the only time that we really have to for us to do the work. And then when she comes here, obviously she wants to hang out because she sees her mom and dad at home, so she's like, let's do things. But then at the same time, that's when I have my meetings as well. So it kills me that time can be dedicated for her, but I can't. So for me, it's definitely a time that I don't give her. I wish I had, although we have a lot of free time.
And that's the other thing. Like, I've had people make comments lately about how we're at this awesome point in our life, which I don't think we take for granted, but I just don't think we always kind of think too deeply on. But like, we get to spend so much time together and so much time with our daughter, just hanging out and doing stuff, and we get all those little moments that not a lot of people get, because most people are working a 9 to 5, right? And then on the weekend they've got all this extra shit that they're trying to get in, as well as spend time as a family. But we get, so our mornings is purely work, but the afternoons, I mean, for me especially, I don't have to do too much in the afternoons.
Yeah, because you also start earlier, your work. Time, definitely. At the end of the day, everything is about time.
What's something you've learnt from Sol about balance or creativity?
I don't know. I don't know balance. I don't know balance. I wouldn't know how to answer that. By creativity is just, and I guess it's every kid, but her role playing is just incredible because she just switched into this amazing character, and then she's a baby today and she acts like it, like it's incredible how, you know, I'm a baby, but it's funny like her, I'm a baby mama. Just thinks that when she changes that voice, she becomes a baby, and it's that kind of like that role playing where it makes me think, especially when we have to record content and stuff. Like although it's I have a personal brand as my business, I still have to get into the character, and it's at the end of the day, I'm still doing role playing with a Belén that is a business woman.
Yeah.
And that it's just fascinating for me, and that helps me as well think how I can do that role playing better.
Yeah. Because she's so funny, the little games she plays by herself, because it's always like just these like mundane tasks. Like, because when we pick her up from daycare, we've got to push the doorbell and they ask who it is, they go and get the child and they come back and she plays that game. She's the teacher. She's a ding dong, hola, un momento por favor. And she walks off, she goes and grabs a kid, she comes back, she pretends to open the door. And then same, her latest game at the moment is waking us up in the morning. So we pretend to go to sleep and she comes in, sweetie, it's time for school, 5 more minutes.
It's fascinating, exactly. Especially because I guess parents that have only child understand. Like these kids have to find ways to entertain themselves and just be, you know, like they don't have nobody else to play with. I mean, obviously she plays with us, but sometimes we are doing stuff. You know, you are folding the clothes or doing whatever, and we try to let her do that as well as a game, but at the end of the day, she always plays on her own, and I'm an only child. I have no problems. I don't, you know, I'm fine, I think. Am I fine?
Next question. If you had one piece of advice to give to parents trying to do things differently, what would it be?
Differently in what way?
Just, I think, trying to like parent outside of what's like the norm, the normal expectations. And I suppose here to New Zealand is two very different things as well, but just parents trying to do it at, say, like a slower pace.
Yeah, of course, more simpler. Well, just simplify your life. If you have so many cars, so many toys, expensive mortgage or expensive house, expensive furniture, expensive everything, in order to maintain that lifestyle, you have to work hard, and like you have to grind and you're not gonna be home because you have to keep up with
the Joneses.
The Joneses. You know? So that takes you away from your family and from your family, right? And even from yourself, because sometimes you just don't even have the time to work out or to cook a healthy meal. But if you simplify your life, your problems. Did you put the recycling out?
Yeah, I did.
So you're gonna have simpler problems. Simple as that. Like it's actually not that hard.
Yeah.
But I like the expensive lifestyle. Do you like? Yeah, you have the nice champagne and you have the nice furniture, but then your kids cannot play in it. You know, on it.
With it.
Because oh my God, it's too expensive. Why do you even have that in first place? For what? What? How does that make you a better human? How, you know, it's just a chain of things that happen when you want what others want, because you're not born wanting things. That's just not us as humans. You know, we don't. You're also like, oh my God, I'm born and I just want expensive. That just doesn't happen. It happens because maybe you were born in a rich house. So you're used to that, but there's just so much more in life, like so much more.
So, what's something I do that helps or hurts your creative process?
something that you do.
Yeah, that either helps or hurts your creative process.
Something that you definitely do is like you just make me laugh. I just love it. I love it. It's just the best thing for me. Like it's just and laughing and enjoying and it's just that wakes up my creativity as well. Hey.
Yeah, hard. But I mean, it's the
Do you
same.
think-
It's the same for you, yeah. I think we spend so much time just laughing and just not taking shit too seriously,
Exactly.
right?
Good point. Yeah.
And yeah, it keeps your mind open.
And
Keeps your mind open for
the
creativity.
conversations that we have, I enjoy them so much. I swear, baby, I do.
And again, it's weed,
It is.
but never too much. Never too much of a good thing.
Exactly.
How do you deal with burnout or self-doubt when that creeps in?
Oh, I just watch Gilmore Girls
Yes,
and have
you
coffee
do.
and ice cream. And just I feel like when I'm like that, I just want to rest.
Yeah.
It's definitely I can tell definitely. It's when when I want to rest a lot or too often, watch TV and or just watch, my decoration YouTube videos that I like to watch. That's yeah.
Yeah.
Or I like to do my plants and just, when I don't want to work.
Yeah.
That's how I deal with it. I just escape work or slow down, and maybe you won't see me doing any big campaigns or nothing too crazy. Like I work the bare minimum because I just want to escape.
Yeah. Because I think
I still need to learn how to not get to that point of burn.
Yeah, but I think you're getting
Burnout.
better at kind of riding the waves, right? Because life does go up and down naturally, and that's what balance is all about. Don't try and force shit when you're obviously in a certain point, right? Like if you're burning out and you keep trying to work, you keep trying to push through that barrier, that's when things fuck up and break, right? Like if your body, if the universe, if everything is just telling you like, okay, now is the slow patch, like slow down, right? You don't need to feel guilty about that. And I think you're getting a lot better at riding that.
Correct. Yeah.
What keeps you grounded when things start to feel overwhelming?
The little things that we do, or the little like being here, having a coffee, not being with my phone. Is that what you mean with that question?
Yeah.
Like playing again with the plants and maybe painting Sol's little books and stuff like that when I'm with her as well, like being with her and just when we are hanging out and just doing simple things, it just brings me
Because this whole space here and like what we transformed in the back area and Guayaquil.
because everywhere that we go we always transform the area
Yeah.
because we like to hang out at home.
Yeah. And I mean, where we were living in Gold Coast, we had the water right there, we had the sounds, it was always animals walking up to the back door. New Zealand was the same, like the river was right nearby, we were always doing bushwalks, we had a patch of grass outside, like it was nothing crazy, but we had nice relaxing spots right there. But here it's been different. Guayaquil was much worse, but we transformed that little space the best we could. And here, the first thing we set up when we got here was this little garden area. And I mean, it's not much, but like it's just what we need. And you hear it, especially in these recordings, you hear the rubbish trucks, the cars tooting, the motorbikes zipping around. Like there's still stress and shitty energy around, but this is just enough it absorbs that, right?
I feel like just nature and just touching the dirt and just doing things with my hands.
Yeah.
I haven't been making bread because I just don't really like an oven.
Yeah.
But you know, before it was that, you know, but just the, for me, it's just a little things, just a little simple things.
Yeah. And I mean that's like what I'm picking up now is really like everything you've touched on is always coming back to simplicity.
Simplicity.
Yeah. Less is more with everything, right?
And if people knew that, like a lot of people do, of course, and I'm pretty sure people that are listening to this already are in that kind of like mindset changing, you know. But the world would be different,
Yeah.
so different, so different. No wars,
Yeah.
you know, just no Black Fridays and shit like that, you know. It's like it's really sad.
Yeah.
Like
I
if
mean-
you think about it, it's like our species is just sad.
We were laughing because we just finished up watching Vikings. Bit slow to the party, I guess. But one of the things we kept making comments about was that because they were explorers, right? So they keep turning up, finding new land, and it wasn't just them; it was everybody. But they'd turn up places and just want to kill everybody and take it over. Like imagine how much different our timeline would be if when we first started exploring and checking places out, we're just like, hey, check out these people, wonder what they're doing, wonder what we can learn from them, instead of like, they got cool shit, let's fucking kill them and take everything.
Yeah. Vikings and the first settlers fucked everything up. No, but I mean, we cannot just blame the internet. Like, it's just the way the humans are. But I don't understand why. Why did we come to this earth to be like this?
Yeah.
Why? And why are some people just not like that?
Yeah. Do you think it's like it's the travelers in us? Because like our whole relationship, like since we first met, we just became a unit, right? Like we really did just become one, and so we just traveled and we met people and we had conversations and just learned from other people. Like everything for me was, you'd already done a little bit of travel, but everything was so fascinating and new for me. Like that first time in Ecuador, like everywhere we went, I was just meeting new people from different parts of the world and different perspectives, and I just wonder if that whole element of who we are, like the travelers and just the curious social people that we are, has really changed our mindset on like just how fucked up humans are for just wanting to go and take shit.
Yeah, definitely. But at the same time, like we were already somebody before because of our parents and our society, right?
Yeah.
But then and then traveling help us listening to stories and realize, oh, that doesn't seem right, because obviously we already taught by our parents values and what's right and wrong, right? So definitely meeting all these new people and thinking, oh, that person's fucked up. That's not kind of what I want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to be friends with that person and so on. Like always, just listening and learning all these stories and way of living has shaped who we are. Plus, we are 38. You know, like we've lived.
But we have, like it's, and we
we've
talk,
done so many life, baby. Like we every stage in our life, it's not a stage, it's a lifetime.
Yeah.
We've lived so much in those little bits, in a sense of like, oh my god, I'm so experienced. Sorry, that's not in that sense, in the sense of like how much we've absorbed from people,
Yeah.
the good and the bad, because we're not perfect, of course not, you know.
Yeah. What else have I got? Vision moving forward. Shit, this is gonna be a long one.
What are we
mate.
having for lunch?
I don't know.
We haven't done any shopping.
We haven't got anything. I got that broccoli.
Oh, yeah.
Tomatoes, no tomatoes today. All right, when you think about where we are heading, what do you think the next few years will look like?
Peace and more peace, like for us, because this world is just fucked and sad, and just fuck off to the bush somewhere you know, we're gonna be here in Ecuador for a few years. Hopefully we can invest in some land here and just relax and go to and keep simplifying even more of life. The more we do that, I definitely think that the happier we are.
Yeah, definitely.
And we give that to our daughter. Sol is she barely does any tantrums.
No.
Because of course she does a couple, but the thing is that we talk to her so much because we are calmer now.
Yeah.
And we are more patient because although I'm not a very patient person, we both you can't, but
I think we've both become a lot more patient. I was notoriously not patient growing up.
There's something we have to learn, right? But because our life, our expenses, everything is just so simple, we don't worry so much about stupid things.
Yeah.
About paying $1,000 month. Well, over there in New Zealand might not be much, but here to pay $1,000 or $2,000, $1,500 a month for a car, down payment. No, to pay off. You know,
like the car.
It's like that money could pay a trip.
Yeah.
Around the whole, you know, we can just, you know, like, but because we just don't care about having the last stupid
new cars.
New cars, just
stupidest
exactly. But what that makes us is that because we don't have that worry, I just have more happiness to give and more patience to give to my child. You know, like it's just everything. Just we're passing this to her.
Yeah.
We might not give her mansions and shit, but I feel like we're giving her way more things for the 3-year-old who brushes her teeth on her own, you know, who picks her own clothes. Obviously, that's what all the
She
kids. I'm
got
not saying.
herself dressed this morning.
Yeah.
Before she yelled out to wake us up,
Yeah.
she was already dressed.
Like she's becoming a patient kid, and she's so happy, and we talk when she does all these praying. You know, we sit down and talk to her. It's not that we're doing like gentle parenting, but I don't really know. I don't really like the stupid names, but it's like we just treat her like a human.
Yeah.
You know, she deserves to be heard. She deserves to be to do the things that she also likes.
Yeah.
So, but because our life is simple.
Yeah. I think one thing that it's funny, like you have definitely taught me this, but then I feel like I've taught you this as well in different ways. It's weird how this like the same lessons come about through different things, but like learning to not stress about the shit that you can't actually control. And like we have to remind each other every now and then, like it's still like a learning process, but seeing that flow over now into Soul as well, because it's true, like so much of the shit that people worry about is out of their control. Like there's nothing you can actually do about it, so why bother stressing? But that's something we've both really learned together, and I see that flowing over into Soul, which is, I think that's incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, have I got any more? Let's finish up with, what's one dream project or place you want us to explore together?
Dream project
or dream place?
Meaning?
Like what's a project, something we can work on together, like a business,
and
or
place.
what's a location you'd like to explore? Somewhere in the world.
I want to, you know, that I want to live in Italy or in Spain for like 3-4 months and just enjoy that different culture and just live there. But at the same time, I want to travel Asia with you and Sol and just do a little bit of backpacking. I would love to do that. And then project just build their own little house. I want that so bad. You know, maybe it's gonna be here in Ecuador. Who knows? Maybe New Zealand. Maybe not in New Zealand. It's getting too fucking expensive. But I want. I think it's gonna happen here. But I know that we are not gonna. Well, who knows? But we're not gonna finish our days in Ecuador. I want to finish my days in New Zealand. It's just so much calmer, and I'm just such an electric person that I'm craving that slower pace. Like if it was for me, I wouldn't work. You know, I want to. Who wants to work?
Yeah.
You know, But in order to get there and still enjoy this life that we have, we will probably maintain our you know, our earnings are not gonna be millions, you know, because you know.
Well, it's just like we're trying to build, and I don't mean trying as in like we're fucking struggling away at it, but we're actually fucking doing this, but we're building not necessarily passive income, but just income that's steady, sufficient, that we don't have to slave for. Like, we don't want 9 to 5s. We don't want to be going to some shitty place to earn just enough to fucking get by, and both of us have to be doing that. Like, we've simplified our life because it's cheaper to do that as well, right? Like, it brings you more peace. It means you can go and see and do more of the things that you want to do, and by not having to stress about all the brand new shit and all the stuff and all the extras, like, without that financial burden, you don't have to work as hard. And both of us having our little projects that's bringing in enough to cover expenses, like, it's sweet, because the reality is we don't work 8 hours a day. No. I work less than you, but like, we're not busting our ass. Yeah, okay, like, we don't have heaps of nice shit, but we don't want nice shit.
We don't care about it.
Yeah, I think we're doing all right. All right, let's do a little closing spiel. Whether you're building with a partner, parenting, or just trying to design a life that feels more like yours, it all starts with value. The more you align your values with your actions, the easier it is to stay strong, balanced, and connected together. So, thanks for hanging out at the campfire today. Any closing piece from you? Nothing you want to say? Last little bit of advice?
Aliens exist.
I definitely think we need to do more of these, and we'll definitely touch on the quirky shit next time. The stoner conversations we have, the aliens, the pyramids, the conspiracy.
But we have to do it stone.
Yeah, alright. Thank you for checking us out.
Ciao.